joining us here at Avanti Pro and Avanti Wealth Management. I'm Joe Bilello. This is Cathie Mannion.
Hi there.
Hey, on Friday, May 15th, the SBA issued the application for loan forgiveness for the PPP loan. So we start to get an idea of what's necessary. So what we're going to cover today is that the application. We'll talk about the reporting requirements, the accounting that has to back that up, and then also where to go for some help. And Cathie, you'd like to take that?
This is the first glance of seeing what the SBA is going to ask of us, small businesses, accountants, and banks, in order to have forgiveness for this payroll protection program loan. Again, the forgiveness was one of the key points of this loan. We cover in depth about the loan and how to apply for it in a video on our website, avantipro.com. And I believe there might be still money for it?
Yeah, there's, I know it's over $100 million.
Okay.
That's still out. I believe it was roughly 175 as of yesterday. And yeah, it's still there. The program's still open. Money may have been returned because we just got past the deadline where those that shouldn't have taken it were meant to, they should have sent it back by then. Yeah, there is a video from May 7th on the avantipro.com website that goes through, it's about 10 minutes on all of the things that were needed to qualify. Understanding those definitions would help with the application, because the application is then asking for verification of those items.
Yes, so the loan forgiveness application is a government document, so it is subject to change.
Keeps it simple too, doesn't it?
Yes, it's 11 pages.
It's 11 pages, and all it needed to say was, I don't want to pay it back. Is that okay, right? That should have been it.
Yeah, sure. But in those 11 pages are the outline of what they're expecting us to maintain and keep from a reporting aspect. And the reporting is going to be key to this forgiveness application. You're going to need to calculate your payroll costs. And in order to do that, you will need to keep your bank statements, your third-party payroll statements, your 941s. All of those will be submitted to the banks with the application for the forgiveness.
Key phrase you had there was third-party payroll. So
yes.
If I'm doing payroll myself.
Canceled checks, bank statements. Again, this is going to be an inundation of documentation. Now, the banks most likely are going to ask for it electronically. So keeping it contained and in a folder is going to be key.
Okay. Then the process too, I don't think, this is not something you could go through the 8 weeks that you're covered and then wait to try to put the information together.
No, the documentation is just too much. You need to be doing it as is. One, we don't know what Congress is going to do in the IRS. Right now, they're kind of arguing about whether this is going to be deductible on your tax return if you use these same expenses for the payroll protection program. So we know there are going to be changes. We know there's going to be guidance, and Congress loves to give us guidance on December 17th. I'm not sure what's so special about that, other than I believe that date might be their last day before they go on Christmas break.
That's true. That's typically what happens.
So because we don't know a lot of things, example, we were told that we would have 6 months after the period, the program period, to accumulate all these documents. We've now been given a hard and fast date. All of the application and documentation must be provided by October 31st. We don't want to go into year end gathering all this as well as doing tax management, because again, there are unknowns when it comes to the tax process, holiday period, as well as continuing to ramp up your business back to productivity. We know that the documentation is going to include all your payroll stuff, including the hours worked. And not just during the program period, but the base period. In 2019, the same time period that was used to calculate the loan, to the January and February payroll hours. And if you're a seasonal employer, you may use a 12-week period between May and September of 2019. So we're looking back into 2019 as well as 2020. And then when it comes to the non-payroll costs, you're going to have to prove that these things existed in February. So for February 2020, you're going to have to provide canceled checks, bank statements, receipts, and loan agreements for the leases and the mortgages. You're going to provide your rental agreement. All of those actual documents have to be provided for the month of February, during the 8-week program period, and the month after. So we think, oh, I just need to be worried about these 8 weeks. No, we are going to expand it. So we've got to be able to account for it properly and keep the documentation flowing. This is a project.
And it'd be interesting too, if the documentation was well done going into the loan, or was it a small lender that rushed it through, that maybe the documentation wasn't correct. There could be some real problems, and the miss could be needing to repay that loan rather than having it forgiven. So there could be a very high financial price to pay for not dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and doing it correctly.
Yes, so we want to help you however we can in making sure that you are forgiven the maximum amount that you should. So give us a call, 407-331-7330, or see it as avantipro.com.
Yes, Cathie, very good. Appreciate that. And we will have some additional information available to help you do the calculations. Just contact us, reach out to us, let us know what you need. Thank you.
This thing is going to keep changing.
Yes, always does.